What up? What up? There's anime that I've been watching. Some that I forgot, didn't even know that was gonna be another season of. And I was like, I remember this anime's name, but I don't know why. And then it turns out I've seen the first season, and it was what was it? The Boko Tachi, something like that, where the guy is the tutor of the girls that are good in one specific subject, but they suck in all the other ones. Haven't watched it yet. I don't remember finishing the first season, but we'll see how that flows. But anyways, that came out, and then the high school, what was it? High score girl, I believe. That came out good. I mean, it came out, and I'm happy that it came out because I've been waiting for that to come out, because it's one of those animes that's like, it's a lot of romance, no action, but it still keeps you hooked just for the simple fact of how the story is progressing. And I love animes when stories progress like that, and I'm just waiting for the next episode. I just finished the first episode yesterday, so I'm good with that. Diamond Always, Black Clover, haven't seen that yet for this week. Don't really care about this week right now. I mean, the week is pretty much over. Today is Sunday. So there was another one, which was the Chiharu number 3. When that came out, I was like, wait, I didn't know they was coming out with a number 3. I thought they was done with 2, but then I had to rewatch it all again. So I rewatched season 1, season 2, and then in season 2 I seen that they all 3 was gonna go to well, the first 2, Chiharu and I can't remember that guy's name, they were going to college in Tokyo, and then the other guy decided that he wanted to go to college in Tokyo so he can pursue being in Tokyo and hanging out with his friends, because when he lived back in wherever he lived, he didn't really do too much after his grandfather died and whatnot. But I'm ready for that. I'm gonna wait like a couple of episodes for that, because I figure like I want to binge it, maybe like 2 or 3 episodes for that, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm back to the normie space. And then what else was there? There was Boku no Hero. So Boku no Hero, I've been up to date on that. Been watching every episode that's been coming out. Not reading the manga because I'm not trying to spoil myself. Haven't really spoiled myself in anything about that. But I'm happy that that just came back, and now they're pretty much going on to play with Sir Night-Eye. He knew that the other guy was supposed to be All Might's pick, and then Deku somehow got picked out of nowhere, so he was kind of mad that he got picked. But they don't really say if the guy knew that he was getting picked, or just Sir Night-Eye and All Might knew that he was gonna pick him, but then Deku came out of nowhere, and then he decided to pick Deku because he seemed more genuine about it, because he had no powers whatsoever, as opposed to, I'm not saying, I think his name is Tokogami, something like he's not a bad person or anything, but he's seen more of himself in Deku than he did in the other guy. So that's pretty much why he chose him, as opposed to staying along with that and just letting Deku just not do anything and it won't have the All for One. So I'm gonna see how that progresses, because now he needs to prove to Sir Night-Eye that he was worthy of getting that passed down to him. So we're gonna see that, but obviously he is worthy. I mean, when you start the anime, it talks about him being in the past and blah blah blah, so you know he's grown up. Just curious as to how far the anime is gonna go towards the manga, because I'm not reading the manga whatsoever, so I'm pretty sure the manga, I don't know if it's far ahead or if it's just a couple chapters ahead of what we're actually seeing, and it's just coming out slowly, but it is one of those animes where it does get you hooked right on the spot, so I'm glad for that. But yeah, these animes that just came out, I'm happy for them. There are a bunch of other animes that came out, but none that they're like the one-off animes, I'll say that. So they're not really like good reportable. Like there's one where a kid, he gets sent to the underworld and whatnot. His parents sold him to one of the demons and whatnot, and he just goes to school. That seems like that would be a good anime if it can go further than it already is, because it reminds me of Hitman Reborn. Like when Hitman Reborn came out, I think it was like the first 10 or 20 episodes, it was nothing but comical relief and all of this blah blah blah, but it was building up to make it a true story. And then after that, it actually became true story, and it really became more serious and serious and serious about the whole thing. I think this anime could do it because the way they are progressing it, but you still have to have the funding for it. So if you don't have the funding for it, then obviously it's going to fail in the long run, which I think a lot of animes, if they did have the funding, they can go further than what the manga is, because there's such a higher demand. Like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z wasn't supposed to be that far, but then there was so much demand for it that he had to create more chapters and more chapters and more chapters. And so here we are with Dragon Ball Super. Still hate it, but I don't hate the series, I just hate how they did Gohan. Other than that, great series. Gohan should have been able to become some type of Super Saiyan god also, considering like everybody else is getting his power up, and then Gohan was just like break off character. All right, so that's pretty much all for that. I am gonna be going playing some video games on Twitch and whatnot. I've been seeing a lot of people moving to Mixer though. Like I don't understand. Like I've seen the Mixer platform. It's a nice platform, I'll say that. It's kind of dark though. Like granted, you can make Twitch dark also. So I'm just considering like what are the pros and cons between Twitch and Mixer, since there's already two big streamers that left Twitch and went to Mixer for exclusivity, which I don't understand. Like why didn't they just decide to do both? Why did I understand that Mixer was probably giving a big check for that and whatnot, but why couldn't they just do both first and like slowly progress over or something like that to see whatever is going to go? Because now that Ninja and Trials switched over, like they can't go back to Twitch because they wrote a contract with Mixer or whatnot. So we'll see how that rolls out. But I am curious to see that whole platform, and if it does make it big like Twitch, because Twitch has like Twitch cons and all of that and so forth. And I would make a profile on that just to see how it would run for me, because I know right now when I'm on Twitch I get no viewers. Like I play multiple video games, I get no viewers. I've played like there was one game where I got viewers. It was concurrent viewers. It was like 7 viewers every time I was on every day, but I wasn't building up anything because not many people were checking the views for that. So it was like I just stayed at a certain stalemate, and then I decided to switch over to a different game, lost all those viewers. So then I got back down to 0 viewers. So I need to work myself back up, and considering that I only have like 11 followers and I need to hit that 50 followers before I can even get the threshold to even become an affiliate, which makes it very hard, I would say that. But I mean, there's people that can do it in one day, and there's me, which I'm trying, but I'm not trying 100%, because I believe if I did try to 100%, I would have gotten it already. I've been on Twitch streaming nonstop a couple of times, and I just haven't got the followers. And there's this a hard way to get the followers, because you can do follow for follow, which some people do, some people don't. They will unfollow you after you follow them. Then you can go to other people's pages and just advertise yourself, which a lot of streamers hate when you do that, when you go to their page and advertise yourself just so you can get a couple views when they have all these views. I really don't understand that all the way. I can understand, like, yes, it's kind of wrong. It's like if you was to go into Walmart and target employees trying to poach them, but the thing is the viewers are pretty much free. So I don't understand, like, why would you stop somebody from going to somebody else if they found that person more entertaining? It doesn't hurt for them to check that person's page out, even though I understand the whole business side of it. But I just think you should always help other people out, even if it's no names, because it's hard for no names to rise up without anything. I mean, if they have the skill, eventually people will like, oh, who's this person? But they still have to have like TTV in their name, which that's kind of stupid to have TTV in your name. Like, you should just have your name not with TTV and somehow promote yourself. But it's still hard without the TTV because people don't know you're streaming unless you have